I am on my way to a meeting today, and I'm trying to beat traffic, and I still see traffic, plenty of it. Not great. Of course, it's always a school bus that puts you slower than normal. Not the one in front of me, but there's one over to the left lane here, the oncoming lane. This is getting ready to drive by. School will be out soon. We're getting ready to go by the airport, which is actually where you see this fence. And it's a little municipal airport, but it's going to actually have a nice little addition soon. There's the sign for it, but yeah, they're going to be doing a nice little addition, a nice little waiting area slash, I don't know what to call it, but it's the concept art was online on the local paper here in Taunton, and it looks like it's going to actually kind of be like Carver slash Plymouth's airport, where they have like a nice little restaurant area that people from the town will gather to. Now this is East Taunton, and it's an interesting part of Taunton because it actually has its own zip code and that, but it is still part of Taunton. It's one of those areas of a city that actually could, or probably would have at one point, become its own little town. And it's really different. Like, this is still considered Taunton, and you got this countryish atmosphere here. These nice winding roads, little barn there, but it's different from the main downtown Taunton area. You know, Taunton that's one thing I love about Taunton, is it's got a little bit of everything. I mean, right here we're coming up to Lake Rico. It's what all these cars are here for, and it's a nice fishing hole area that people like and go to and enjoy. Over here, and just a little ways down will be the entrance to Miles Standish State Forest, and that area is actually getting revitalized right now with people cleaning it up and just making it back into a family gathering area that has been sorely missed. There it is, Massasoit State Park. It's not bad. When we first moved here, there was camping and a lot of stuff that you could do in there, but probably about 8-9 years ago that all stopped, and of course federal funding stopped funding a lot of that stuff that the state park was able to do. And well, a group got together, Friends of Massasoit State Park or something, you know, some similarly named group, and that's what they did. They got together and they wanted to put the park back on the map so people could have a place to go hiking and biking and camping safely. And 8 years later, it just reopened last year for the first time, and it did well, so not too bad. So one of the things I love about living in Massachusetts, as high as the rate of, the cost of living is here, we have some of the most beautiful scenery and beautiful back roads and highways and whatnot. And, this is just one of those things. This is a nice little back road area of highway that exists. I know that there are others that exist in other states, but these little back roads ways are just awesome. That's probably why I love to travel and love to drive so much. When I was growing up, my parents used to, every weekend, would just jump in the car and go down the Cape or up to the northern part or out towards Worcester, towards the reservoir, the Quabbin Reservoir out there, and just some of the nice little areas that there exists. And you'd be surprised, like my wife laughs at me because one of my things, and she loves it too, is trying to find the mom and pop places to eat, because those are usually the places that have the best food around when you can go around to those places. But I just love it. I mean, this isn't even my normal driving route. I'm just going to the church a back way today because I just want to. I've just had an oil change in the car. Still have to do a tune-up and a couple other things, but I just love going back roads. I love traveling. I love driving. Probably the reason why a lease on a car would never work well for me, because you're only held down to so many miles in a car a year, and for me, I would be breaking that probably, and probably also why I need to get my motorcycle back here, because I would definitely be riding my motorcycle right now to church on these meeting days. And here we are now starting to get into the town of Middleborough. This is technically Lakeville. This is just over the border. If I were to drive straight past these lights, that would bring me to the Middleborough MBTA station, which is actually the quote-unquote terminus of the line, the Lakeville-Middleborough line. But they actually go a little bit further now on weekends. There is the Cape Codder train, which goes all the way to Hyannis, and it's actually pretty cheap, $8 if you jump on it from this point down to Hyannis, which is a really good price. Might do that one of these weekends with my wife that I get off from work. But this is it. We are now in Middleborough. That's actually the bottom bridge is where the train goes through. I just actually had to ride that train recently into Boston to my uncle's wake. But this is Middleborough, and you're not even downtown. Like, this is modern Middleborough. We get into the towny part, and you'll see it's a beautiful little New England town that exists. Actually, I need to go get a coffee. Well, that coffee was a bust. Big line. Just not gonna wait for it. I gotta get some boxes into the church. I'm moving into my office here. So, just gonna wait. Probably pick up one on the way home. Alright, so go down this way, and now you're entering into the town part, the real beautiful part of Middleborough. It's got this classic New England look and feel to it, these beautiful old homes that exist. It's just a beautiful town, really. I love it. Always have. My wife's family has had a history here. It's got this beautiful town hall. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it on here, but we're just coming up to it. And if we go further down, which we're not, you'd see the beautiful classic New England town. One of the oldest churches right there on your right. That's Central Congregational. It actually burnt almost down to the ground, and they were actually able to keep its structure. And took them a few years, but it was rebuilt. Actually, one of my mentors, Pastor Doug Forbes, his son-in-law is the pastor there. And of course, up here to your right there, that brick and white building is Meeting House. And I've got to figure out where I'm going to park. So this is going to be fun. I've got, as you can see, I've got 4 boxes I got to bring in. Luckily, I have a two-wheeler that I can grab and get this stuff started. So I shall see you soon. So now I'm going to get an iced coffee after bringing in my books. And as you can see behind me, this is a nice little area. It's actually like a nice little alleyway here. And of course the church is right there. But this is a nice little alleyway. Actually, a number of people love this little street here. This little alleyway. It's actually pretty classic of classic New England. It's got these like nice little cobblestone streets here, and we've got a nice light pole. Brings back a lot of memories. Here we go, just trying to show you a little bit more what this looks like here. It's actually a pretty nice area here. Some nice little businesses that, well, this one's moved on, but other businesses that are in the area. Church, the post office, and the church here. This is called Church Row because there's, besides Meeting House to this direction, there's another church, actually 2 more churches over here. Then we've got this church, and then we've got 2 down that way, and it's called Church Row for a reason, and that's the reason. Now I've got my iced coffee goodness from the local mom and pop iced coffee shop. It is a funny little rhyme, the mom and pop iced coffee shop. So we're meeting in the chapel. This is our church's chapel. That's the foyer out there. If we actually go up this door. So, meeting is over, and I'm just going to show you a quick little trip around downtown, the center of Middleborough that I was talking about. But up front here is one of the churches in Church Row. It's actually right across the street from Meeting House. It's an old Episcopal church. I believe it's the Episcopal. Yeah, it is the Episcopal church. I can read the sign. But this is classic New England for anyone. This nice little town, and this is one of the few towns that still has like a lot of its downtown still alive and vibrant. There are some towns, some cities that don't have this And this is one of the few that has this beautiful downtown structure. There's actually restoration going on in a few buildings down here, but it's nice. It's a nice town to be a part of. I like it. I know we have some of the pastoral staff has been talking about moving and trying to move into the area, which I can totally understand. I am seeing a lot of bikes. It makes me want my bike back so bad right now. But this is it. It's nice. I like this little town. On the right is Peaceful Meadows, this is like one of the small mom and pop places that I love. It's the original one is on a farm in Whitman, and very popular. Summer nights, they're open till 10 o'clock, and you can see lines wrapped around waiting because the ice cream is made fresh and organically. It is one of the best places to go to in this area. Like, there are just so many people that love that. Crescent Ridge is another one, but for me, I grew up on Peaceful Meadows, and it's one of my favorite places to go to when I have the time and the money to go to. It's a little expensive, but still not bad. This is still Middleborough, just so you know. Middleborough and Plymouth, even Carver, I guess, but Middleborough and Plymouth have a big land mass. They are still considered towns. There are areas that, like any city or town, there are areas that have their own name that people know and go to and travel to. But this is the way Middleborough is. It's just got a huge landmass. Like with Plymouth, now I worked with my friend. My buddy had a landscaping business, and on the weekends, on Saturdays, I would work for him, make a little extra cash on the side. And Plymouth is the type of place. There's a highway that goes through the middle of Plymouth. And literally, like a large city like Los Angeles or even Boston, you have to take the highway through. It's very, very interesting. But here's the Rotary. We're coming to the end of Middleborough, really. If you go there to the right, still another historical section. But we come through here on the evacuation route, which is for Plymouth, the nuclear power plant, which is actually getting ready to close soon. But if you go down this way, it's not actually too much further that we will be in Lakeville, which is kind of weird. Taunton sold itself short with land, and this stretch of 44 is that stretch where you get to see it. Entering Lakeville just to your left. Now we're entering Taunton just to our right. And now we're entering Raynham to our right. And those three signs that I just made these little videos of are all less than a half mile from each other. And there is no real off turns on this highway until you get up here to this set of lights coming up in Raynham. It's just the way that the land was divided when Taunton allowed for other principalities, other towns to take land. It just really is a screwed up piece of land. And because of that, believe it or not, the police departments of Lakeville, Middleborough, Taunton, and Rainham all have jurisdiction on this stretch of highway. So what that means is you could be, if you're thinking you're smart and you're a criminal and you're robbing a bank in Rainham and you're going this way and you think, well, Taunton's just around the corner. This stretch of highway, not only do the state police have jurisdiction on it, but there is an agreement with those 4 towns that they can come on this area and make an arrest, pull you over, give you tickets, whatever. There's no stopping, and it's well respected by the populaces of the towns. They agree to it because it's just that crazy the way that things were divided. Now, what I was hoping to get away from on my way to my meeting this morning by avoiding 44 is they've been doing some road work with the casino coming in. The Raynham and Taunton have been trying to redo some of the areas, and I don't know, I'm one of those mixed people. I really don't care for the casino coming in. I've seen a lot of problems starting to come up in the area because of it, and it's just, I know people say, well, it's good for business, it's good for this, you know, it brings money back into the town, but you know, you also see a lot of people that live in areas that have okayed casinos also tell you that the crime rate rises, homeless rate rises, because people get addicted to the gambling, to the idea that just one more time could be that lucky time. And you know, I also have on my dad's side of the family, my grandfather basically gambled away the company ice and oil business that my great grandfather had built as an immigrant to the country up, and had given it to my grandfather to run, and basically his gambling became more important than the company, and even more sadly than his marriage and his 8 kids that were there. So you know, that's just me. I have a reason to not like casinos for that reason. Okay, so we're trying to merge over now. I do not know what this cop is doing. How is he telling us? Okay, so we're going this way. This is crazy. All this because they want to get the roadways here widened for the casino. It is just crazy. People are beeping. I'm trying to get home. It is 11:30. I'm trying to just, now I got cars over here. See, this is how crazy it is. This is why I did not come this way this morning. Kind of wish I had gone back the other way. Well, at least now it's smoother. You can see it is, but usually this area going towards the church is just jam-packed all the way down to Shaw's, which is about a half mile or so. And I just was not in the mood to fight traffic this morning. So we are driving now towards downtown Taunton, and you know what? I'm not gonna go. I want to get home quickly, but I'm just gonna take you downtown. Usually I'd go to the left because I live downtown. It's not bad. Taunton's not the greatest city. It's definitely different from the city I moved to 16 years ago. But like, it's been changing. Like, that empty space you see between the two buildings, that used to be where the Star Theater was, and that was a great deal of debate. The tall building you see to the left is actually City Hall, which is now the real ongoing debate because it has been abandoned since 2010 when there was a fire, and people want to see it restored. But I wanted to take you downtown Taunton. I don't know why this guy is turning. That's illegal. This is downtown Taunton, and it's got that classic New England downtown look. I know there are other towns that have this type of look, but you can see old buildings from the 1700s downtown here. And that's rare to see 3 cops standing there. Usually the cop cars get parked there, and the cops are never around. It's usually just a deterrent for the people to just stay. That big building you see is the Superior Courthouse, and the new building with the glass, that is the District Courthouse. So, got a lot of new stuff going on. Oh, I hear sirens. Don't know what's going on here. Let's see. Going around the green, that's the post office right there. Oh, okay, I saw it. It was an ambulance. There was a hospital downtown here that is being restored. And this is one of those old buildings I was talking about that, you know, our downtown's got some good life to it. Maybe not as much as other towns, but there is some things down here that people like. It could use a lot of improvement. There are some areas that are just kind of blighted. The Taunton Green, which I just went around, is one of our highlights during Christmas. We have the title of Christmas City, the Silver City and the Christmas City. The Christmas City because we have our annual Christmas parade that's been going on for over 100 years, and the city is just really loves to celebrate Christmas, and even with all the battles of, you know, Christmas versus saying Happy Holidays, we've actually stayed saying Christmas. It's been something that the people want to be known for, is being the Christmas city. So it's pretty good. This is downtown. This is you can see it gets a little bad down in this area. This area, there is hope, I think, for this area if the right people with the right vision can come in and move in and start changing some of the area. But you know, that's the way it is around here. Around anywhere, really, is you need to have people who are visionaries, just like pastors. You know, the churches that grow because the pastors are visionaries and can actually cast a vision that the people can relate to and grab hold of and want to see. So now I have just pulled in to my apartment building. I'm going upstairs. I have an hour and a half before I gotta be to work, so I gotta go upstairs. I gotta grab something to eat and grab my dinner for tonight, because I'm working from 1 to 10 tonight. So my lunch is actually going to be my dinner. I gotta bring in this good old stuff from moving stuff into the church office, but I'll be able to work on that on Thursdays, which are my days off. Just waiting for the elevator to go up. There's my new smaller two-wheeler. Here we are. Still got some goodness to go through. Let's see. What do I have for lunch? My wife packed me a sandwich and looks like a pork chop there for dinner. So this is the bookcase. I gotta replace that junky back, whatever you want to call it. But this is the one that I'm going to take to my church office with me and use it. This one will stay with all the Bibles. My wife's already put books on it. This is one that I built with my dad, and we're just going to keep it here. And then this one has become a catch-all. This had a bunch of books on it, and it's basically become a catch-all. But this will eventually be deconstructed. Across the room over there is the halves. These are actually two different shelves that we were given, and we are going to then use them, put them to good use in the closets. So yeah, a lot of what is going to be in back of me, as you can see, is changing. I am actually going to call this vlog done. It isn't even noontime, and I've done all this videoing from like 8 o'clock to 11:54. So I'm gonna get ready, eat, and get ready for work, and I will check you all out tomorrow. God bless. Bye-bye.